Hi guys, so it feels like I haven't done a video in forever. I've been so busy editing my next book, which is coming out soon, by the way. When you watch this, it might already be out, depending when you watch it. Right now, it's like the first week of August. I've just sent in my 10th book. It's a sequel to A Devil Named Hernandez. I'm losing my voice. A Devil Named Hernandez, and I wanted to announce the new title. Well, the new title is And the Devil Will Laugh. And it's kind of hard to explain how I came to that title. It was sort of a few different things. But of course, it comes up in my book. When a line comes up in my book that just grabs me, I know that that has something to do with the title. I mean, very taken with, there's a line, it's supposed to be Shakespeare, I think, according to the internet, which could be wrong because the internet misquotes people all the time. There's a quote, something like, I have it wrote down. Okay. Hell is empty because all the devils are here. And I saw that and I started thinking, how can I somehow incorporate that into a title? I got a little off track, but And the Devil Will Laugh just seemed appropriate. It actually comes from a line in my book. I have it right here. It's the final line of the book, and I love it. It's, the angels may sing in heaven, but on earth the devil will laugh. So, I don't know. It seems appropriate. This guy always sort of gets the last laugh. He, all through the book, he's always grinning. He's laughing. He's, if you want to take it literally. But I think, in a more general sense, he kind of always gets the last laugh. That's just why I love this character and why I keep writing about him. And and I kept writing about this group of characters because the story just didn't feel finished yet. I'll know when it is. I think it's getting close. When things come full circle, and it might even be the next book. I already have a ton of ideas wrote down, but I kind of left a bit of a cliffhanger or two in this book, so you kind of, I might want to check into the next one after this, which I haven't started yet, nothing. So I'm very excited. I say that with every book. This is my favorite one. And then I go to write the next one. I think, how am I going to top this? And I end up liking every book a little bit more, and this one is no exception. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of suspense. There's a lot of stuff going on. Things don't tend to get a low point. You know how in books you're supposed to have sort of the coasting and then the climax, and then my book doesn't have that. Mine's like all over the place. Like there's some big stuff happening even in the final chapter. It's very dramatic. That's how I write. That's what I want. I don't want to do the normal whatever is supposed to be the author thing. And there's probably writing teachers out there who would think I'm crazy and, oh, that's not how it's supposed to be. I don't care. That's not how I work. That's how I want to have things just fast-paced, going all the time. I want to have a lot of characters who have a lot of problems and issues and just situations coming up that they have to resolve. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble any more than that. Other than, I'm going to read what is about to be on my back cover. And I had a little help from a guy named Jim Brown, who always helps me a lot. So much with my back covers. I've had other people help too. He helped me with this particular one. I just kind of threw it at him one day and said, this is what I'm kind of playing around with. And it was when I wasn't even close to finishing the book. I just thought, I'll just pick his brain and see what he thinks. And I wasn't even really ready at that point to think about the back cover, because it's always stressful getting things just how I want it. It's funny, I can write a whole book and no problem. Then I have to write the back cover, and I just want to set myself on fire because it's crazy. But I'm going to read what's here, and I'm going to tell you what's a little bit different about this book other than what I already told you. This is what it is. Thank you again, Jim, for helping me sort this idea out, because I couldn't quite word it properly, but he did it exactly how I wanted it. So this is fantastic. I'm not great at reading stuff. I would never be a good newscaster because I stumble and screw things up. So I'm just going to warn you that now. George Hernandez is a driven man. What he sets his mind on, he goes after relentlessly and doesn't care if he leaves his adversaries. See, this is what I mean. In body bags or covered in pools of blood. He's ruthless and determined to stake a claim on the Canadian legal marijuana industry. Government operated or privately owned, he and his loyal foot soldiers will muscle in and tear off a big chunk of it for themselves. His sinister ambitions aren't limited to pot business. He's also got dreams of making a splash in politics. Unfortunately, if you're rattling a few cages, some very unsavory characters will take notice. But George is more than a match for whoever takes him on, whether it be muck-raking, am I reading that right? Journalists or political opponents who want to challenge the candidate he bought and paid for. Those who oppose him quickly learn he makes a formidable enemy. I think I said that wrong. Oops. Politicians, police, or white supremacists. Nothing stands in his way because George Hernandez always wins. The angels may sing in heaven, but here on earth the devil will laugh. Now, as I said, oops, I'll try to find. Anyways, as I said, this is, oops, I'm trying to close this. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so as I said, this is greatly explains what the book's about. However, I will say a few other things. There's, again, a lot of violence, a lot of bad language, that kind of thing. If you are easily offended, this may not be for you. If you like being offended, then this is totally for you. Yeah, so, and a few things I noticed, my characters really, my protagonists, I should say, all my characters are growing, but I see, really, if George Hernandez, when I first started writing about him, he was kind of a bit of a misogynist. And he was sexist. He was, you know, very alpha doggish, still kind of like that, but he's kind of softened up a little bit, not too much, but he's kind of becoming almost like a feminist, which I realized halfway through this book. I think it's having a very strong wife, having a very strong-willed daughter. I think that has changed his idea of the way he looks at women, and he talks about that in the book, how women are stronger than they think they are. And I love that. I love that. And I hadn't expected that to happen, actually. When I started writing about him, I thought, you know, he's a little too much the other way at first. But I guess he's, you know, characters grow, and that's part of the process. If your characters aren't growing, then there's something wrong, because they should be. And I see all my characters sort of changing. Jolene, if you've read my other books, especially my last book, Devil Named Hernandez, she kind of took a low point, and I wasn't really sure where that was going. It wasn't looking good, but she really was kind of like the phoenix. You know, she rised through whatever, her life was a mess. And now she's kind of rose up in this book, which I like. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler, but I'm not really, because I'm not getting into too many details, but I really like that storyline. I really like, I just like where the stories are going. And I like how a lot of things sort of are turning toward what I think the characters all want. Now, I think in the next book, I'm going to really be investigating, for lack of better words, not what the characters want. They're going to start getting things they want. But is it really what they want? Is it really what they thought it would be? I think that's something we all kind of struggle with. We think we want to win the lottery, but if you ever win the lottery, it's probably going to be different than you think it's going to be. You know what I mean? People want fame and all this kind of stuff, and I think quite often it's not what they think. Or, you know, even simple things. People want to have children, they want to buy a house, whatever, and then they get what they want, and then they think, this is not what I thought it would be when I was excited and thought, I have to have this to be happy, or not to be happy, but to enrich my life. And then they see that there's good and bad with everything. I know, I think that's something we all struggle with. But anyway, I think that might kind of come out in my next book. I say that, but I can't say certainly yet. I haven't started it. But back to the one that I'm writing, I just wrote, and it is coming out soon. And The Devil Will Laugh. I am so excited. As soon as I have the cover, I'm going to have it up. I know what the image is kind of going to look like, but I don't have a finished cover. I'm really excited about this book. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to what people think about it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. If you want to learn about my other books, the books that precede this book, go to my website, Meme on Fire. I have all the books there. People often ask me, which one should I start with? You know, you cannot start with any of them, but if you really want to start at the beginning of the series, it'd be We're All Animals. But if you want to start more sort of just learning about George Hernandez, it would be The Devil's Smooth Like Honey. That was kind of the first book. He was the protagonist, even though he was in other books. But I'm rambling again. Meme on Fire, check it out. Check out the Twitter, check out the Facebook, all that stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm excited about this book. I hope you are too. Have a great day. Bye-bye.